Hello, hi guys. Welcome back to Danny's Academic Corner. For those of you who are new here, hello. My name is Danita and I make videos about navigating the academic journey. So about a few days ago, I asked my viewers to send me some questions about anything they want to know concerning what I post here. So navigating academic life, applying for school, applying for jobs, doing research, writing dissertations, scholarships, studying abroad, and anything in between. And yeah, I got a variety of questions from you guys, and I'm really excited to sit down and respond to them. And also, I think this is a really good opportunity for you guys to get to know me a bit better, because most of the time when I film videos, I already have the content planned out. I sit down, hit record, stop the recording, and then that's it. But there's little opportunity for you guys to get to know me. So today we are doing that by me responding to your questions. So shall we get into them? Okay, so the first question that I got is, what was life like growing up in South Africa? Okay, so first of all, for those of you who do not know, I lived in South Africa for 12 years. I recently moved to Chicago about 4 months ago to pursue my master's. So yeah, before that, living in South Africa. I moved to South Africa when I was 14 years old. I moved with my family because my dad got a job there. And when I moved, I was in grade 9, and I moved in the middle of the school year. So can you imagine, like, moving in the middle of the school year, friendship groups have already been established. And then on top of that, I was a very shy teenager. Like, I lacked a lot of self-confidence at that age. I was just so self-conscious, and it was really difficult for me to like make genuine connections. So when I moved, I just felt so awkward. Like, I just didn't know like where to really place myself. And also in South Africa, there was the history of apartheid, and a lot of people tend to sit with people who look like them. And then also, me not being a black South Africa, I just felt even more like an outsider. So I went to an all-girls school, and everybody had their squad, and I don't know, like, it was really just hard for me, like, the first 6 months, to be honest. I mean, people like embraced me and tried to get to know me, but I just didn't feel like I made genuine connections initially. But I mean, it's only natural, like, if you're moving to a new country, like, there's always just that like period of time where you're just trying to like adjust and get a feel of everything. But then, like I said, just being a shy person at that time was also just even more difficult for me. But then over time, things got easier, because at the bottom line is that we were all teenage girls, and we had a lot more in common than our differences. We liked the same series, we liked the same music, a lot of common interest. So once you see past like apparent differences, we were fundamentally just like young girls growing, becoming into our own selves, and everybody was awkward in their own way. So yeah, once you got past the awkwardness and like differences, it was really easy to just like connect with people, and eventually you find your own people. So by the time I finished high school, I was in a much better place than when I started high school in South Africa. I had my group, I was in a happy place, and yeah, definitely felt more at home in South Africa. And again, that makes sense. When you live in a country for like several years, you're gonna eventually feel at home. And that also got better when I started university. So being in university, it was an opportunity for me to get out of my bubble, because in high school, of course, you're kind of constrained because you've got parents who are like, listen, you're still a teenage girl, you can't go everywhere. But in university, there was just a bit more flexibility to do things at night. So yeah, just have fun, go out to clubs, go out for dinner, have picnics with friends, make plans. So that was really another time for me to really immerse myself in the culture. I also had the opportunity to learn Zulu in university. So I think, even though I'm not fluent in Zulu, but learning Zulu through my course and also through my friends was also another way to like build that bridge between me and other South Africans. Because obviously when you can speak someone's language or even just understand them, like it just makes things a lot more easier, especially like with jokes and little things that even if they try to translate it in English, like by the time it's translated, it's not the same. So understanding jokes and like slangs in Zulu just helped me a lot to like connect with people. And yeah, like Durban is a really beautiful place to live in and to grow up in. I'm really glad that out of all the cities that I moved to, it was Durban, because also we have like the best weather in South Africa. Fun facts, that's the tourist tagline, Durban, the warmest place to be. And in all honesty, in every sense of the word, it was really a warm place to be. People were very welcoming, people were very kind. And the thing with a lot of South Africans, what you see is what you get. Like if they like you, you'll know. So yeah, for me, it was lovely growing up in Durban. A lot of things to do, go to restaurants, go to cafe, go to the Playhouse Theatre, go to Botanical Gardens for picnics or Mitchell's Park. So many things to do, go to the mall, do some shopping. Yeah, and most of my closest friends, if not all my closest friends, are back home in South Africa. I mean, I consider it home now. And leaving this year, for me, it was really just emotional, because I was just thinking, I moved to SA at 14. I didn't know anyone. I was in my shell. And then 12 years later, just seeing the community that I've built and the support and love that I received when I was coming here, it was really just overwhelming. And yeah, I'm really grateful like for the lifelong friends that I made in South Africa. So shout out to you guys. And if you've never visited Durban or South Africa, I would also say, like, if you're ever traveling, like, check it out. You won't regret it. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. So the next question is, why did I start YouTube? Okay, so there's no one straightforward answer to that, because there were a variety of things that motivated me to start YouTube. So I've been a lover of this platform for a long time. For several years, I, just come on YouTube, watch a lot of content from makeup tutorials, commentary, gossip, all sorts of things. So I really just loved the art of like content creation, seeing lifestyle vlogs. I really appreciated it, and I always thought, oh, it would be so nice to start a YouTube channel one day and put my own content out there. But to be honest, I was just quite shy, and I just didn't know like what I would talk about. Then eventually, like last year, I just thought, you know what, I have been in academia for so long, and there's a lot of experiences that I've gained, a lot of lessons that I've learned, and I just thought, when I was starting out, I wish I would have known like what to expect. I wish someone would have told me this is how you're going to navigate this journey. So then I thought, you know what, that would actually make for a really good YouTube channel to come here, talk about various things that pertain to academic life, like starting first year, navigating like academics and time management, learning about research, how to write a dissertation, job hunting, what to expect when you graduate. So then I was like, you know what? I will eventually start a YouTube channel. But I procrastinated for such a long time, to be honest, because I was just like, I don't even know where to start. But then eventually, I think what pushed me was also the idea of just building a community, because there's so many people in academia, and if you've been in this journey, sometimes it can just feel isolating, especially like when you're writing your dissertation, or if you're job hunting, or even if you're just starting out, you don't really have a community as yet, and it just feels like you're alone. So I thought it would be really nice to build a platform where I can bring people together. People can share their experiences, we can support each other, even share opportunities. So I think that was really just the final push to just start and see where it goes. And yeah, like my channel is almost a year old, and I'm really happy with the growth so far. Like the contents that I've put out, the interaction that I'm getting. I mean, I have one video that is nearly at 8,000, and this is a channel that's just like 10 months old. So yeah, just again, thanks to you guys for your support. And if you are thinking about starting a YouTube channel in the new year, go for it. Like, you honestly have nothing to lose. So yeah, to answer your question, that's why I started YouTube. I love it. I love sharing content. I love learning. I love bringing people together, and that's why I started a YouTube channel. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. So the next question is, what exactly are you studying? And there was a follow-up question, what can you do with it in terms of career options? Okay, so let's get to the first question. What is it that I'm studying? I'm doing my master's in public health with a specific focus on maternal and child health. So just to explain further, when we think about public health, we're looking at interventions that go beyond the clinic. So if you go to a hospital and you're not well, the doctor will detect what's wrong, give you a treatment, and if you're well, the doctor will be happy, and then that's it. But in public health, we tend to look at health from a holistic perspective. There are other things beyond just like what's in your body that influences your health. So we want to look at your social environment, so your housing, your education opportunities, job opportunities, access to healthy food, income. I mean, there's just a variety of things that determines your health beyond just your behavior. And that's what like clinical health usually focuses on at the individual level, and usually in terms of targeting behavior. But for us, we want to look at health in terms of the environment. So what changes can we make in the environment to improve health outcomes? And then specifically with maternal and child health, we specifically focus on pregnant women and children, because these are considered like vulnerable populations, especially children, because they don't really have much control over their health outcomes. What they face from like early childhood can determine their like trajectory. So it's very important to like come up with interventions at an early stage of life to ensure that a person is set up for the rest of their lives. So when it comes to maternal and child health, we talk about a variety of things. So yeah, basically just improving like the health systems to ensure that women have access to quality prenatal care and postpartum care, to ensure they have the knowledge about their sexual and reproductive health, and to ensure that children have access to quality neonatal and continuous care, access to nutrition, to a safe and loving environment, access to quality education. I mean, there's so many things we focus on, and yeah, it's a really interesting course. I'm enjoying it. This is what I've wanted to study for a very long time. Since like I was 20, there was just something in me that just said, I want to like study maternal and child health, specifically maternal health. Like, I just want to ensure that people have like a safe pregnancy, safe delivery, and bring up their child in an environment that is enabling. And the fact that like 5 years later, I'm finally doing what I always wanted to do, like it's just so fulfilling. And then the follow-up question I got was, what can I do with my degree? Okay, so many things. And you know, it's interesting. A lot of people who studied public health, they're not necessarily working for an organization that specifically focuses on health. I mean, you can work for the World Health Organization, you could work for like a department of public health, but also you could work for like a housing NGO, or for a school, or for like another NGO that focuses on education. Because at the end of the day, these are the things that determines health, like your access to quality education, ensuring you have adequate and affordable housing. So there's so many like things you can go into. You could work for, yeah, a lot of the UN organizations like UNICEF, United Nations Population Funds, United Nations, High Commission for Refugees, so you can look at immigrants' health. Yeah, you could work for just a variety of NGOs, of course. You can go into research, you can go into academia in terms of researching about like gaps in like maternal health care or child health care. You can look at like policy development, developing policy briefs, informing government officials. You can look at healthcare financing and health systems care. You can, what else? So many things. You can go into health information systems, so improving like databases, because that's very important to ensure we're tracking and monitoring like the death and illness in a society. You can, so many things. You can start your own thing, of course, start your own NGO or research institute. I mean, like, you're not limited, to be honest, in terms of the job opportunities that are available once you have a degree in public health. And yeah, I'm really excited to go out in the field and get that money, and of course, yeah, just live out my dream in terms of like making a difference in the lives of women and children. Okay, so I hope that adequately answers the question. I have one last question. Oh, actually, I have two questions. Okay, so the next question is, how have I managed to stay this well put together since I left South Africa? Well, first of all, thank you. I try. The answer to this is self-care. Self-care, I have made it a priority for the past few months. As you know, a few months ago, I made a video talking about how overwhelmed I've been with balancing school life and just not having enough time for my personal life. So I was like, this cannot continue anymore. So I made self-care a priority, and not just like the physical, but also internally, like taking care of myself, making time to unwind, going to the gym, very important. And also, yeah, going out, socializing with people, going shopping. I've just tried to include that as part of my self-care routine, because I feel like I honestly do like best in terms of my academics. They do best when I'm like in a better space mentally. Like this whole thing of like the more work you do, the more productive you'll be. In all honesty, I think it's a fallacy. Like it doesn't work for me anyway. Like I need time where I'm just not thinking about work, doing work. I'm just making time for me. So self-care has really been the key to staying like put together. And there was also like a follow-up question in terms of where have I found places to like do my hair, like all my beauty maintenance stuff, like excuse me, where did I find places? Okay, so obviously like my hair is important to me and for a lot of black women, like we have to have our protective styles or do something with it. Especially for me, I have like natural hair, so it requires a lot more care. So as you know, these American prices are not the same as South African prices. I mean, even back home, that was something that made me nervous about moving to the US, because I'd be on Instagram and these stylists would be like, $200 for knotless braids, $250. And I'm just like, I could never spend that much back home in South Africa to do my hair. But of course, I mean, it's a different society and people charge more here. So yeah, I had to brace myself for the prices. So then anyways, lucky for me, my housemate, she can do hair. So that was a real lifesaver. And you know, she didn't even tell me that she can do hair. It just happened to come up in conversation one day. So I'm just like, girl, like, this is important knowledge that you need to share. So anyways, she hooked me up with a hairstyle after I took down the braids that I came with from South Africa. So she hooked me up with a hairstyle, quite affordable, and yeah, I loved it. It was really cute. And she didn't do this hairstyle, but yeah, she'll definitely be doing my hair. This style, I did it when I went to Maryland for Thanksgiving. So I'm gonna try to ensure that it stays for a while, because yeah, also just the time of like unbraiding and doing the whole wash day, all of that stuff, it's a lot of work. So another thing is, when I was back home, I used to like go to the salon for like professional treatments from time to time, because it's also important, as much as you can do it at home, but sometimes those professional hands are also just important, especially if you need a good trim, someone to just really like wash and get all the dirt out. So yeah, I really wanted to find a place where I can go from time to time. And that was a little bit difficult to find, because I wanted to find a place that had experience with doing my type of hair, but also I didn't want to go that far. So a lot of the places that I came across, you know, they were like an hour or 1 hour, 30 minutes away. And I was just like, I don't know, like it's not that deep to travel that far. But then eventually I came across this salon. I found them on Instagram, Salon Savon. And then, yeah, I was like quite impressed with their work. And I'm like, okay, I'll check them out. And then also my friend was also looking for a place to do her hair. So then she mentioned it that, oh, she found a place called Salon 7 and she wants Salon Savon. She wanted to go there and do her hair. So I'm like, oh, me too. I came across that salon, and then I was like, oh, it must be a sign. So I went there, did my treatment, they trimmed my hair, and I was very happy with it. Although, yeah, I paid a bit more than I would have paid back home in South Africa, but like I said, US prices, it is what it is, you know? Just gotta live with it. So, yeah, then, so that's my hair. Then with my nails, like, especially my fingernails, I can do without, to be honest. Even back home, like, I seldom did my nails, maybe for like special occasions or when I'm feeling it. But my toes, guys, like my toes always have to be done. The interesting thing is, like, nobody sees my toes now because Chicago is cold. So I'm always wearing boots or sneakers. But still, like, I see my toes and I want them to look cute. So back home, like, I never compromised. Like, I was always doing my toes because, like, most of the time I wore like open-toed shoes and sandals. So I just had to continue that habit when I came here. So lucky for me, I didn't really do research because there's a place nearby. So I was like, okay, let me just go there and get my toes done. And honestly, money well spent. Money well spent. They did a whole like pedicure for me, dipped my feet in the water. They removed the callus, all of that. You know, yeah, it was really professional work. My toes look cute. Nobody can see them, but it's okay. They still cute and I'm content. So yeah, I also got what do you call these things? Nails, press-ons. I got press-on nails. They were like $4. I just thought, oh, they look cute. I'd like to try them. I've actually never done press-ons before, so that's going to be interesting. I want to do them around Christmas because why not? I want to be festive and look cute. So I'll do my little press-ons. Let's see how it goes. But yeah, at the end of the day, I just want to take care of myself, feel like myself, and not let myself go. I mean, I may be a student, but I'm still cute. Still cute. So yeah, I mean, this is just a message to you guys. Don't ever like compromise like yourself in terms of like how you're feeling mentally or how you or your physical just because of schoolwork. Like, it should go hand in hand. Like, take care of yourself and also, yeah, focus on school. Like, you can do both. So yeah, that's the question. I mean, that's the answer to that question. Okay, so the final question, you know what, I might make this, I will actually do a video on this because I feel like this is a whole topic on its own. So this question is about how do you deal with time management in grad school? Okay, so just quickly, I'm still working on time management, to be honest, but I think it's just a matter of like scheduling and writing down like to-do list of things that you want to do. So every week I have like set priorities for myself and I try to keep it realistic. Like, it would be easy to say, oh, I'm gonna do all these. Battery died, but I'm back. And to continue that question about time management, I was basically talking about how it's important to set realistic goals, things that you know that you can attain by the end of the week. So for me, I sit down at the start of the week, or usually on Sundays before the week begins, and then like I write down things that I know I need to get done by the end of the week. And then during the week, what I try to do, even if it's going to be a very demanding and busy week, I try to take breaks in between. So if I'm writing a paper, I'm not going to sit down and write the whole paper like in one go. Like, okay, maybe work on a couple of paragraphs, get up, maybe, I don't know, have a snack, watch a quick video, and then come back to it. Because I don't know, for me, like sitting at a desk like for hours and hours on end, it just doesn't work for me. Like I need to just like take some short breaks in between. And I'm no expert on time management, but I worked for a company and we learned some time management skills, and I've incorporated some of the skills that I learned, and in all honesty, I think it has really helped me with my productivity. So yeah, I could definitely film an entire video on time management. I think that would be very useful. It's a lifelong skill that we need beyond studying. You need it in work, family, all sorts of areas of life. So yeah, I'd love to do that. So you know what? I actually got some more questions. My friend said she was gonna send me some questions, and then she only sent them like a couple of minutes ago as I was replacing my battery, and then I checked my phone. So you know what? I'm gonna answer them. Let's continue. So, okay, so she asked me, why America? Okay, so I applied for a Fulbright scholarship, which is sponsored by the American government. So it had to be America. But also, like, America actually has some really good public health programs. So yeah, like some of the schools that I was interested in were based in the US. And also I love that they do a lot of like applicational work. In my last video, I talked about all the things that we're learning currently. It's very practical. So I really thought that like coming here to study maternal and child health, like this would also be an opportunity to really get like hands-on experience while I'm studying. And then she asked me, how is it being apart from your family? Yeah, since living in the US. It's been hard, like some days harder than others, especially now that it's Christmas time. I've always spent Christmas with like my immediate family, so yeah, I'm missing them a lot. And also now that it's cold and you spend a lot of time indoors, I'm really missing like being home. Like during the festive season, my family and I would like do activities and go watch what is it called? We would go to the Playhouse. There's usually like a Christmas concert. So we'll go watch that, go out for lunch, go out for dinner. So I'm missing them a lot, and yeah, but I'm staying strong. We talk online, we do video calls, so yeah. That's that. And then she asked, what's my sign? She should know that because she knows my birthday. Okay, I'm an Aquarius. Yeah, I'm born in February, so yeah, I'm an Aquarius. My favorite thing to do. Oh, I have a couple of things. I love watching YouTube videos. I love creating. I love reading books. Love a good old Netflix series. Love hanging out with my friends and family. Going out for like a lunch date. Dressing up, looking cute, taking photos. That would be like a really good day for me to go out and have a nice meal and a nice cocktail. Okay, and the next one is goals for the future. Okay, I kind of mentioned that already in terms of like one, I want to work mainly with like women and children, so improving like health outcomes for pregnant women. I would eventually like to start my own thing. I'm still like working on it, but eventually like I see myself being my own boss, maybe like create some sort of some sort of like NGO or like research institutes, or incorporate the two, like do some research, but also use that to inform policy, and also use my research to improve like healthcare. So that's really where I see myself in the future. And then the last question she asked is, what is my ick? Bad breath. I have a couple of icks, but bad breath comes to mind. Like when I'm talking to someone and then like they just give me like one word answers, like I don't know, like I'm not like a big fan of small talk. So small talk is kind of like my ick. Like I like conversation. I like talking clearly. So yeah. Okay, so I hope that answers your questions, girl. But yeah, it's just so interesting. Like in the middle of filming, I would get more questions. But all in all, I hope this has been an interesting video and an enjoyable video to watch. I certainly enjoyed it, and I hope that you guys know me a little bit better. And if you have any other questions you want to ask me, you can do that in the comment section, and I will be sure to respond to your questions. And also, yeah, I'd love to do more videos like this in the future. So yeah, stay tuned. I will do more Q&As in the future. So with that said, guys, I'm gonna leave it here, and I wish you guys a wonderful festive season. Hope you guys are resting and catching up with loved ones and family, and come back stronger in the new year, ready to smash all those academic goals. We can do it. So I'm gonna leave it here. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.